Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax And Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:33 and Van Halen with Bax And Nagle and Rock 102.
Let's see. What is it going to be today? Well, we're not in Greenfield, are we?
Not anymore.
Well, whatever. It's going to be nice. High of 77 today. So there you go.
All right, so there's all of that. Fitzy from TownieNews.com will be joining us after 8 o'clock this morning.
That'll be fun.
That will be fun. And there's other stuff, too. I'm sure that's not the only thing we'll do.
Maybe you'll be on Good Morning America this week.
Please.
It's always a possibility.
Not two major television programs in one 7-day swoop. No way.
Yeah, never know.
Please. That and more, Rock 102. Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Well, actress and singer Shelley Fabares has died. Fabares. No, she started that pizza chain that you find only in airports now.
No, that's Sbarro.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
I'm pretty sure I've seen her walking through an airport holding a slice of pizza with a cell phone in her hand saying, yeah.
She may have, but her last name is Fabre.
It's Fabares, and she has died at the age of 82.
So did Shelley Fabre.
It's a sad day when they both go like that. Can you imagine that?
I know. It's really makes you think.
Best known for The Donna Reed Show and Coach, where she starred opposite Craig T. Nelson. She earned 2 Emmy nominations for Coach. She starred with Elvis Presley in 3 movies, Girl Happy, Spin Out, and Clam Bake. Gonna have a clam bake.
That's a classic one.
It is. She also had a major music career moment with Johnny Angel, #1 in 1962. Farber College later appeared on shows including One Day at a Time and The Love Boat.
I believe it was Fabre.
Sure. Isn't that that egg that was in...
No, you're thinking of Fabergé.
Isn't that stuff you spray on clothes to get the must out of them?
No, Steve, that is Febreze.
She started that too? And a pizza chain? This lady is out of her mind.
She had nothing to do with any of that.
She was also heavily involved in Alzheimer's awareness and fundraising later in her life. And I don't know if you know this, she was also involved in Alzheimer's awareness and fundraising later in her life.
But was she ever involved in anything involving Alzheimer's?
No, but she was involved in Alzheimer's awareness and fundraising later in her life.
Oh, that's insensitive.
But no cause of death was announced.
No.
So, Jafar Jackson, Michael Jackson's nephew who plays him in Michael, says he hopes the sequel goes deeper into the child abuse allegations against his uncle. Jafar says the accusations have largely been told from other people's perspectives, and he wants the sequel to present Michael's point of view. He believes many of the narratives surrounding the allegations have been driven by an agenda, and says Michael's own voice has not been heard. That's because he's dead.
Actually, many people have heard his voice.
Well,
he's Michael Jackson.
But anybody born after 2010, 2009, when he died, doesn't really know what Michael Jackson's voice sounds like.
No, actually, I think they do know what his voice sounds like.
The first Michael movie ends around the release of Bad in 1987. That's when it starts getting really good.
Things get a little dicey at that point.
It's not clear yet with whether the sequel will tackle the 1993 case, later allegations of the claims featured in Leaving Neverland. Jafar says the goal is to show Michael as a person, not just an icon, and believes that he remained kind and trusting despite everything that happened to him. The sequel is still being developed, so exactly how the allegations will be handled has not been decided. Spider-Man, brand new day, stayed at #1 for a 4th straight weekend, making another $39 million. I made $75 opening up for TJ Miller on
really
Saturday night.
I found 50 cents in my in the dryer this morning.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
By the way, that 75 was times 2 because it's 2 shows.
Wow.
Man, 150. It was crazy.
You almost spent that much in gasoline just to get there.
Oh, I forgot about that. Insidious, Out of the Further, opened in second place with $25.3 million, and The Odyssey came in third with $19.5 million, and has now made $1.4 billion worldwide. So, there you go. Hayden Panettiere's mom, Leslie Vogel, claims Brian Hickerson pawned some of Hayden's belongings before her death. Vogel said some items included a vintage guitar and that Hayden was shocked to learn some of her possessions were being kept in Hickerson's storage unit. Another source reportedly backed up the claim that Hickerson had pawned some of Hayden's things. Hickerson's attorney declined to address the allegation, saying Hayden's death is still under investigation, noting police have said there were no signs of foul play. Hickerson and his brother were at the South Carolina home. Is it home or apartment? I thought it was an apartment. Is it home? Could be an apartment.
Well, you can make an apartment in your home.
That is true. His brother has said Brian gave her Narcan and CPR. Hayden's mother also publicly questioned parts of Hickerson's account of what happened. Hickerson and Panettiere had a long, troubled relationship that included multiple domestic violence cases involving him. She died at the age of 36, which is a pretty young age to go, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're right about that. Very much too young.
What you talking about, Willis? Todd Bridges is speaking out.
About?
He says Different Strokes may be remembered as a beloved sitcom today, but some viewers weren't exactly welcoming when the show first hit television. During a recent appearance on Taboo's Comics and Kicks, Bridges recalled the NBC series received racist hate mail over its depiction of a white father raising 2 black children and the relationships between its black and white characters. According to the actor who played Willis Jackson, the backlash came from viewers on both sides of the racial divide. Back then, we got hate mail from both sides. We got hate mail from the whites, and we got hate mail from the blacks. Bridges recalled some black viewers objecting to seeing him embrace a white man, while some white viewers were upset by the same scenes for the opposite reason.
Well, the theme song said it. What might be right for you may not be right for some.
Well, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum.
That's why they said it.
Yeah. And then a man is born.
He's a man of means.
And then along come 2.
They got nothing but the genes.
But they got different strokes. Different strokes. Different strokes to move the world. Premiering in 1978, Strokes centered on brothers Willis, and they just go on to say what the show is about. We already know what that show was about. But I can actually see that happening. You watch a TV show. I was a kid when I was watching that. I didn't know any of that stuff was going on.
It's 1978.
Yeah.
Different world.
Different world, different time.
I mean, listen, if there were 2 young boys that needed to be adopted, then I'm sure an adoption agency would look at all possibilities, especially a rich guy.
I'm sure they'll be great, right?
Yes.
Kim Kardashian has a new energy drink called Skips.
Really?
No caffeine.
Well, she must have something to say.
Oh, my God, the last time I had an energy drink is when Ray J let me ride his Red Bull until I punctured the Monster can and leaked all over that sex tape that you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Caitlin?
I never got that down and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but I once gave her a protein shake and a Tungus burger. A little Angus Arby's Pooter Lip sandwich.
What are you trying to say?
Extra horsey sauce.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is by the time I was done, she looked like a smashed ravioli on the floor under the table at an all-you-can-eat pasta night at Olive Garden.
And there it is.
Because when you're there, you're family.
Oh, your mother.
Oh, your mother. And that's your Hollywood trash from Rock 102. Ugh.
Sox completed a 3-game sweep of the San Francisco Giants yesterday from a come-from-behind win with a final score of 5-4. The Sox have now won 7 out of their last 10 games. They find themselves in Miami tonight to face the Marlins, where Ranger Suarez getting the start for the Sox at 6:40 tonight. Yankees picked up a win over Toronto last night. 8-3. They take the night off and host Houston tomorrow. And in football, the Patriots picked up their first preseason win on Saturday, beating the Philadelphia Eagles 24-21. They'll close out their preseason schedule this Thursday night against the Browns in Cleveland at 8 o'clock. Their season opener coming on September 9th against the Seattle. In Seattle against the Seahawks. You'll hear both those games right here on Rock 102. We got My View from the Couch coming up next on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, let's be frank. As a ticket-buying sports fan, there are certain things that you can do and certain things that you can't or shouldn't. For example, let's say I want to wear a T-shirt to a WNBA game. Having spent the money on the tickets to be there, I would want to maximize the fan experience by minimizing any attention drawn to myself for wearing something controversial and or offensive. But of course, not everybody shares the level of respect and decency that I express every single day of my life. For example, former Boston Celtics center Enes Kanter, now known as Enes Kanter Freedom, was ejected from a WNBA game in Chicago last night for wearing a T-shirt during a Chicago Sky game against Indiana. Not just any T-shirt, mind you, a T-shirt that offered the following definition that read, quote, woman, noun, adult, human, female. Now, in this day and age, those are fighting words in the WNBA. And while some may be offended by that message, I find myself being far more offended by what happened in Chicago during their two previous home games when fans began tossing sex toys onto the court during the third quarter of both Thursday and Friday night's games. In both cases, these games were delayed as arena employees attempted to remove these cylindrical rubber implements from the court. You might recall that similar incidents involving sex toys occurred last season in New York, Los Angeles, and Atlanta, in which some fans were arrested for tossing these things onto the court during play. Now, in fairness, getting booted from a game over a T-shirt seems rather petty and ridiculous, especially if it's the only clean T-shirt you have. But to toss perfectly good, usable sex toys onto a dirty floor is simply not where those things are supposed to go. Sure, it may seem hilarious to some, but try telling that to the emergency room doctor who's got to remove those things from incoming patients, or perhaps somebody gets their eye poked out. Interestingly enough, all of these events seem to be happening in the city of Chicago, a city with a population of 2.7 million dildos, many of whom own T-shirts that are far more offensive than the ones that'll get you kicked out of a women's basketball game. Curious? Sure makes you think. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. You just drove past Rocky's on your way to a Mega Mart to buy paint. Well, you better turn around, pal, because Benjamin Moore, America's highest quality paint, is only sold at independent stores with well-trained paint professionals just like the ones you'll find at Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch out there, so be careful driving.
The fog is getting thicker.
And Leon is getting larger.
Yeah. You got to say it like larger.
Next hour, I'll do it right.
Has been pretty foggy lately.
Yeah, well, it's pretty nasty in pockets on my way in today, so do be careful if you can.
Yeah, when you're going like over mountains and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Fitzy from TownieNews.com will be joining us after 8 o'clock. Got all kinds of things to talk to him about. Brought to you by Next Gen Roofing. They do this every shingle day.
Ooh, I like that pun.
Yes.
So over the weekend, yesterday, I had to go to Greenfield. I don't know if you know this. I'm doing travel and softball, and I'm getting pretty good at it too.
Really?
Well, the driving portion of it.
I was gonna ask what position you play. Clearly, driver is the position.
Oh, I play pace car driver is what I play. But anyway, so we go up there yesterday morning. I coming back. I'm like, I got to get something at the grocery store. We'll stop at Aldi's in Northampton, right?
Okay.
So we pull into the Aldi's, and then my kid and her friend were like, can we go to Chipotle? Whatever. So, sure, whatever. Do what you got to do with the $6 that's in your pocket. I can't,
You're telling me that teenagers don't like going to an Aldi's? What kind of teenagers are these
No,
kids?
they wanted to go to the Chipotle, which was right next door, right?
Okay.
And I said, I'll just park right here. And I said, I'll go into the Chipotle because I have to use the bathroom anyway, right? So I go into the Chipotle. My daughter and her friend are standing in line, and I go to the bathroom, and I try to open the door, and the door is – you need a code to get in the door. The door is locked.
Oh,
okay?
So, yeah, right.
So I go to the counter, and I said to the guy, I'm like, hey, can I use your bathroom? And he's like, 1985 pound. He just yells it out. So I was like, all right, thanks. So I go and I put in 1985 pound. I open the door and boom, there's a Chipotle employee taking a grumpy, scrolling TikToks on his phone. And he's like, oh, sorry, man. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And I like closed the door real fast because it was like, you know, you ever like, you know how you've done that before, I'm sure. You walk in, I don't knock when in a situation like that.
Oh, I always knock. If a door, I always do because I've walked in on people before.
Yeah.
And I once walked in, this is years ago, but I walked in on the COO of this company. Doing the same exact thing you're talking about.
Was he cooing?
I wouldn't necessarily say that, but let's say he looked like he was fishing for whales. Anyway, my point is this. After that experience, again, number 2 guy in the company, you don't want to walk in on a guy like that. I always knock, just out of courtesy in case, because you never know who's going to be in there.
I usually knock, but in a situation where somebody has given me a secret code to a bathroom, I don't think of it that way because you're giving me the special code, making me the sole occupant of said bathroom with the code.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Now, did you stick around to use that bathroom?
No, I did not use
right.
that bathroom.
So
I went. I didn't even know Aldi's had one, but they did.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's some sort of like a deadbolt from the inside of that bathroom.
Well, that's what I was thinking. And then, why would you give the code to everybody? You know what I mean? Like, it's the same door code. There seems to be a need for a better system with that because that seemingly unlocks the bathroom door. It's one of those like things you would have on your front on your code thing that you put in your front door kind of thing.
I just don't really understand it because I mean, if you're on the inside, there should be another barrier from those on the outside. Anyone can have the code and knock that code down and boom, you're in.
Maybe there is a deadbolt thing on the other side. That he just didn't lock it.
Well, then the whole thing is his fault, not yours.
It's a single bathroom. It's not, it's not like, there's multiple stalls or anything in there. That would make more sense. If you had multiple stalls and you didn't want everybody using the bathroom, but you'd have to give the code, that's fine. But this is a single-on bathroom. And I really didn't stick around to find out if there's a bolt lock thing and he didn't lock it. But there seemingly should be because that would be an issue if everybody has 1985 pound as the bathroom code. Next, all right, when Chipotle opens, somebody stop in there, put 1985 pound in the bathroom door code. They're going to have to change it today. Put that code in and see if there's a thing on the other side of the door. I didn't want to stick. I felt like I walked into a Chipotle employee's apartment. Like that's how I felt. Like they gave me the code to that.
Like after a full day of working at Chipotle, this is what they do after work?
Yeah. And I don't know. That just didn't want me to eat there. I wouldn't eat. I wasn't going to eat there anyway.
No, that's an appetite spoiler right there. You don't even need a GLP-1 to lose a couple of pounds.
Oh, sorry, man. He's holding up his phone like he's taking selfies on the toilet. And I was like, I don't know what's going on in here, but I don't want any part of it.
We've had discussions about public restrooms before. Not that long ago, I had to go. I was doing the trip across the state, and I had to use the bathroom. Same thing. Had to use a code. Obviously, it was for employees only, and there were people waiting, so I didn't stick around. I didn't want to even get the code, so I had to go to a Dunkin' across that didn't even have a bathroom. What coffee place in America doesn't have a public bathroom?
A lot of them do.
You're drinking coffee. Talk about a thing that actually jars the whole system loose. You have to have a bathroom at a coffee shop.
Speaking of which, there was I think it was a Noria station.
Yeah.
You ever see those? Or like
Sure.
gas stations? Usually they have bathrooms, but the one I stopped in on the way in Connecticut the other night didn't have one. I had to, again, same situation like you. I had to go to a different restaurant.
Yeah. I'm a man in his late 50s. The bathroom is the most important thing in any building. I scope out all the bathrooms before I even do anything in a building.
You got a bathroom map.
You have to.
Yeah,
Once you get to a certain age, it's sometimes a race against time.
You have a BPS, a bathroom positioning system in your car.
Always.
Says
Always.
all the open bathrooms along the way. But it was just, I felt violated myself. Something happens to you, and then it kind of just messes up the rest of your day.
Completely.
Like just one little incident like that. Because I thought about that all day long.
Well, you first of all, just the visual of walking in on something
somebody
like
else
that.
going to the bathroom. It's not. I don't understand that kink with the. The dudes you ever we read about it all the time where this dude was caught with voyeurism because he was putting cameras inside the bathroom.
That's
what are you watching?
That's the last place I'd want a camera.
That's the last thing I want to see. I don't want to walk in. I don't want to secretly look at somebody doing that, let alone accidentally stumbling upon them by putting 1985 pound into the Chipotle bathroom on Northampton.
And if you're an employee,
Yeah.
I realize you're entitled to breaks. But are you going to waste your entire break on the phone on a toilet? I mean, that's
actually, if I worked at Chipotle, I'd probably be doing the same exact thing. There's no judgment against the man about that. I'm
just saying, because you're an employee of a restaurant, it really should be like an in-and-out type of proposition. There's listeria spoiled food to be served.
Yeah, right. You got salmonella to saute. You ever have sauteed salmonella?
I have. Yeah. It's delicious.
Taco Bell originated that one.
I agree. But nevertheless, get your business done and lock the door. There needs to be there needs to be some sort of fail safe. Yes.
Fine. Get the code in the door, but maybe there was, and I obviously didn't stick around and wait.
Now, have you ever been on the receiving end of someone walking in on you?
Yes. Now that's terrifying too.
You can't even look at if you know the person, like if you work with them, you can't even look at them in the face ever again.
Well, yeah, you can. I mean, it's just going to be awkward.
That's but it's like really awkward. Like there's very few things you can do in the office that's going to diminish the respect you may have for somebody than that.
Yeah. The broken locks. You ever have the broken locks where you can't lock it?
Oh, yeah.
And then you're just praying that nobody walks in on you at that exact moment?
The bathroom here. The Bax and Nagle honorary powder room.
Yeah.
Those doors aren't real secure.
Well, you have stalls in there, though, and there's 2 urinals in there.
Yeah, but again, they are not. You can't tightly lock them shut.
Yeah.
It's thankfully, you can see. There's enough height so you can see someone's shoes underneath there. But if you're not paying attention, all of a sudden someone's going to walk in.
Let me ask you how you feel about this. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I witnessed this recently too. You walk into a bathroom. There's 3 urinals side by side. They are divided by a little board thing. Do you have a conversation with the other 2 people, even if you know them?
Never.
I witnessed that at the sheriff's picnic.
Oh, come on.
I went to it wasn't anything to do with the sheriff. It was about these 3 guys that were in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And it's a small bathroom in the back of that Elks Club thing.
Yeah.
And these dudes were just talking it up. They were just talking like it was nobody's business. And I'm like, hey, how do you look at each other? How you doing that?
There's no conversation that I could ever possibly have that's so important that I couldn't get just a moment of me time. Can we just suspend the conversation while I finish what I'm doing? I'll talk to you till I'm blue in the face, but I have a singular focus right now that can't be. It can't be derailed by a conversation.
Straight ahead when you're doing that. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want any distractions. Like you said, you're focused on one thing, and that's the only thing that you need to get done.
Yeah.
There will be time for the ice cream social after this encounter.
This is no time for socialization. This is you do business, you get out. No time for chit chat.
293-1021 on the Route 10 Tire listener line. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody at a urinal?
Ugh. Gross. 623 and Rock 102.
Now, I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you.
On Rock 102.
I make you laugh.
Springfield's classic rock.
A bagpiper. We don't do enough bagpiper jokes.
We don't.
A bagpiper was asked by a priest to play at a graveside service for an elderly homeless man. He had no family or friends, so the service was to be held at the graveyard next to a small village church. The bagpiper was not familiar with this area. He got lost and, being a proud man, did not ask for directions. And finally, 2 hours later, he arrived to find that the priest and the funeral director had already gone and the hearse was nowhere in sight. There were only grave diggers and the crew left, and they were sitting in the grass eating lunch. The bagpiper felt very bad and apologized profusely to the men for being late. He went to the side of the grave and he looked down to see the vault lid already in place. He let out a heavy sigh. Not knowing what else to do, he started to play the bagpipes. The workers put down their lunches and began to gather around the bagpiper. He played out his heart and soul for this poor homeless man with no family and friends. And as he played Amazing Grace, the workers began weeping. They wept, the piper wept, and they all wept together. When the bagpiper finished, he packed up his pipes and he started for his car. Though his head hung low, his heart was full. As he opened the car door, he heard one of the workers say with a shaky, grief-stricken voice, "I've never seen anything like that before. And I've been installing septic tanks for 20 years. He was at the wrong place. They're putting in a septic tank, and he's playing the Amazing Grace for it. That's crazy.
Correct. Unbelievable.
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102.
6:31 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Aqua Pump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well to the pump and into the house. There's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. 2 juveniles are facing charges after a stolen vehicle crashed into a gas station in Chicopee Sunday morning. Video captured by 22 News, the aftermath of the vehicle that had crashed into the F.L. Roberts gas station on Montgomery Street. According to Chicopee police, the vehicle had been reported stolen and crashed when the driver attempted to exit but failed to park. After the crash, the 2 juveniles fled the scene but were quickly apprehended by officers. Police said 1 juvenile was arrested while the other was issued a summons. Due to the ages, their identities will not be released. The wreckage from the crash has since been cleared, and a Chicopee building inspector who responded to the scene said they believe the damage was accidental. So they didn't mean to drive into the gas station, but they shouldn't have been driving into the gas station.
Well, does that suggest that maybe the gas station is partially at fault or not laying on the horn or getting out of the way?
I was going to say, the building doesn't jump out of the way. What are you supposed to do?
Listen, I'm not an insurance adjuster. I'm not an accident recreator. I don't know, but I'm just saying maybe the gas station is at fault. Maybe someone shouldn't have put a gas station right there.
Hey, who put this gas station right here in front of this busy traffic intersection?
This is inconvenient. How was I supposed to avoid this?
How am I supposed to get to the scratch ticket place across the street over there?
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Getting this gas station in the way. Around 5:30 p.m. on Saturday, officers of the Springfield Police were sent to respond to a 2-car crash on St. James Avenue and on the ramp of I-291 westbound. When police had arrived, they discovered that 2 people in the car had fled the scene of the crash. The driver of the car that fled the scene had earlier fled a traffic stop by Springfield Police. Police have identified the driver who fled the scene and will be summoned to court. There are no word of any injuries. Here's something you got to be out for. A black bear was spotted roaming through a Westfield neighborhood over the weekend, giving residents an unexpected glimpse of wildlife close to home.
In Westfield?
Yeah, where there's been many black bear spottings.
Been animals of all stripes.
A 22 News viewer captured photos Saturday showing the bear wandering along a residential street and then through the front yards of several homes. While bear sightings can be exciting, wildlife officials remind residents to give the animal plenty of space and allow it to move on naturally. According to the Division of Fisheries and Wildlife, if you spot a bear in your yard and don't approach it, instead try making noise by shouting, banging pots or pans, and using an air horn to encourage it to leave. That sounds like a party going on. You think that bear would want to come to your house? Hey, this guy's shouting and throwing off air horns.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's having a party, especially in Westfield with the upside down pineapple on the door. I'm sure there's a bear paw party going on somewhere around here. Am I right?
There probably is.
After the bear leaves, officials recommend removing anything that could attract it back, including bird feeders, pet food, unsecured trash, dirty grills, and open compost piles. Residents are also encouraged to secure garbage tightly in closed containers and avoid putting trash out the night before pickup. Bird feeders should be removed at the first sign of bear activity, as they can attract bears into residential neighborhoods.
Yeah, this is all good, reasonable advice for anyone who is being confronted or perhaps attacked by a bear. But to me, the only, the end-all, be-all for bear safety is the video that was put together by former 22 News reporter Julie Tremmel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was the best one.
She really nails it, as far as I'm concerned.
Matt admits he had absolutely no clue what to do when he came face to face with this massive 300-pound bear. NBC 10 figured we should put together a few tips from the experts to help protect yourself should you come across a curious bear. According to experts, you should avoid direct eye contact with the bear. Don't run away. Instead, back off slowly. Wave your arms to let the animal know you're human. Don't yell. Stay quiet unless the bear attacks. Then scream and throw things at the bear. If the bear attacks, curl up into a ball on your side or lay flat on your stomach. And above all, stay calm. In Cranston, Julie Tremmel, NBC 10 News, The Night Team.
There you go.
That's everything you need to know. And by the way, if you've never seen that video, it's marvelous. One of the best pieces of reporting I've ever seen in my life.
Which nobody in management liked.
Everybody in management hated it.
Yes.
They felt it wasn't, professional. I thought it's the best thing she's ever done.
She made the Jimmy Fallon show for that.
Yes.
He did a whole expose on it.
It made her famous.
Yeah. And then she got fired.
Not exactly like Today's Show famous, but close enough.
Hey, I don't know. The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon back in that time,
I suppose,
might have been something worth watching. Wilbraham and Munson Academy. Oh, my God. Pop-up ads. Wilbraham and Munson Academy has unveiled the James and Patricia Lacrosse Community Commons, a new dining facility on campus, the big dining hall. The new facility combines an 1860 chapel building with a modernized dining area designed for the school's 400-student body. The dining hall portion costs approximately $20 million out of an estimated $35 million total cost for the three-phase construction.
Now,
$20 million dining hall.
Wouldn't it be crazy if you found out they spent all this money on the building, but that the food still sucks?
Well, I would hope at $20 million the food would be,
I mean, they got an international student body. You got people from all over the world coming into Wilbraham Munson. The next thing you know, it's like nothing but day-old Chipotle and Arby's.
Look, I don't think they're gonna have Arby's over there.
Still, I'm just using it as an example.
The campus facilities master plan was originally established in 2016 to upgrade campus infrastructure. The first phase of the project brought a new library to campus, which opened in 2020. Brian Easler, head of the school at Wilbraham Munson, explained that the building previously saw limited routine use before its renovation. The chapel served as our meeting space, but that meant we would only use it once a week for about 30 minutes. Now, as the dining hall, it'll serve that purpose that it was intended to serve, bringing the entire community together in fellowship. Man, is that a religious school?
I don't think so.
Managing and transformation required ongoing coordination across multiple aspects of construction. Andrew Mealy, a member of the Board of Trustees, highlighted the team effort required to execute the upgrade. But $20 million for a brand new dining hall.
I mean, the food better be fantastic.
But here's your chicken patty and your French fries that are half cooked on a sheet.
$20 million and all you're getting are like pizza burgers and tater tots and high school pizzas.
Actually, I told you years ago, I took the kids to friends of ours that were having a birthday party for their kid, and they had school lunch. It was a school lunch birthday. So it was like tuna boats.
Yeah.
No, but it was homemade. It was good. It wasn't,
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a lot of great experience with the industrialized cafeteria eating. Mm-hmm. I mean, I realize like at UMass, it's like, really good stuff. But I didn't go to UMass. I went to another place where the food was god-awful.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
I don't know. Let's see. I mean, if you're at UMass, you get that's like top-notch.
One of the best in the country.
Yeah. But then you go to like, what was DeVry or what's
The ITT Technical Institute?
The ITT Technical Institute. I wonder what they serve for lunch over there.
Stale Pop-Tarts.
Lots of crow.
Cheez-Its.
You're all eating crow today for signing up for this place. From unexpected babies to Ozempic teeth, the ultra-popular class of GLP-1 medications is turning out to have a few unanticipated side effects. Emerging research shows the drugs, which have proven effective in treating obesity and diabetes, also may be useful in treating addiction. The medication's full potential is coming to light as more people are prescribed GLP-1, which includes the brand names Ozempic, Mounjaro, Wegovy, and Zepbound. As 15% of Americans say they've tried GLP-1, researchers are learning more about how it impacts all aspects of life, not just diet. This drug has been available in the medical community since 2005, said Dr. Eugene Lucas.
You know, the crazy part about it is all the insurance companies that are refusing to cover it.
Yeah.
You know, because now you're seeing that, these GLP-1s there's benefit to go around, not just with weight loss. I mean, initially, for diabetics, but there's other conditions that have shown, these things are very effective.
What's this? Some Ozempic users getting pregnant on birth control, leading to Ozempic babies. Well,
okay.
There's a lot of people having babies because it's making the birth control ineffective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, birth control has never always been 100% foolproof anyway. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, now you're reducing the effectiveness of it. That's how they know you're on a GLP-1.
You have babies spouting all over the place.
What's up, Matthew?
Right. You got to see how skinny and sexy these Ozempic babies are, though.
Okay. Anyway.
All right, that's slightly insensitive.
How about Ozempic teeth?
What's wrong with what do they do to the teeth?
Patients using Ozempic and GLP-1 drugs are reporting complication not listed among the drug's most common side effects. Dentists warn they're seeing cases of something called Ozempic teeth. Medications like Ozempic and Wegovy can lead to dry mouth because of the active ingredient semaglutide. Semaglutide. Officials affects the salivary glands, explains Adam Taylor, an anatomy professor at Lancaster University, in an article for The Conversation. So there you go. It can give you a dry mouth.
Well, then hydrate.
So doesn't most medications give you dry mouth?
A lot of them do.
The medications can also cause people to drink less water because they feel less thirsty. I don't know. You're risking the risk of pregnancy. I don't know. How am I supposed to carry a baby to term if I'm? I'm just gonna say this, and at the expense of sounding insensitive, because as you know, Steve, I don't know if you know this, Matthew, I don't know if you know this. I've always had a slight weight problem.
Okay.
And is it possible that the reason why people on these medications are having more babies is because they're a lot more attractive to have sex with?
Well, that's a pretty shallow thing to say.
That's why I said it.
Yeah.
That's why I said it. You have perhaps a better chance of attracting the opposite sex in order to impregnate somebody than, say, if you were 50, 60, 70,000 pounds overweight.
Damn, baby. Tap that. Let's tap that tonight. Look at you, GLP-1, now GLP fun. See what you're looking like.
When I see those patients talking to Dr. Now, I'm not thinking there's a whole lot of action going on with these people. I'm thinking, to them, a gratifying afternoon is when the pizzas arrive from Grubhub. To me, that's their sexual satisfaction. But if you've lost a little bit of weight, get a little bit more mobility, well, maybe then the risk of pregnancy is just because you're more attractive to people.
What?
Well, they got their groove back. You're absolutely right, Baxie.
Yeah, that's right.
They're getting the swagger in.
That's it.
They're getting the blood flow.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why, like in Monty Python's Meaning of Life, Mr. Creosote never said, "Does anyone here think I'm sexy?"
Is that what he said?
While his chest cavities exploded all over the restaurant.
I like the idea of Dr. Now shaming those people with the fat jokes. You're so fat. I took a picture of you last Christmas, and he's still printing. You're so fat.
How fat is he?
You got arrested at the airport for 10 pounds of crack. You're so fat.
How fat is he?
That when you step on scale, it says to be continued. You're so fat.
How fat is he?
If you buy fur coat, a species will be extinct. You're so fat.
How fat is he?
God could not even lift your spirit. Thank you. I will be here all week. Please try the $20 dinner and comedy show Thursday nights at Shortstop, where you get fat.
You don't seem to be starving for comedy.
You can't even jump to a conclusion. You're so fat. Oh, my God, look at the time. It's going to be a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 79. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 77. It's 58 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
This week in Banksy's musical podcast, this is actually a pretty cool interview. Jimmy Fleming from the band The Frogs. Now, if you don't know The Frogs, that's understandable. It's not like they have radio-friendly hits, but there's really two stories here with The Frogs. This is a pair of brothers that had a band that was basically doing great pop songs like T-Rex or Alex Chilton or even the Kinks for that matter. Mm-hmm. And in their spare time, they got a 4-track tape recorder and started to improvise songs off the top of their heads just to make each other laugh. These are stupid, sometimes tasteless songs. Mm-hmm. And they recorded thousands of them. Somehow, a bunch of these tapes got into the hands of the late Steve Albini, who was a great record producer. He gave them to a record company that wanted to release them. Not the pop songs, but the pre-recorded songs, because they're absolutely hilarious. And some of the biggest fans of these songs wound up including people like Billy Corgan, Beck, Eddie Vedder, Evan Dando from the Lemonheads, Sebastian Bach, who they played with for a while, and also Kurt Cobain, who listed their album, It's Only Right and Natural, as one of the top 50 albums ever released. It's a really wild, wild story, and you can hear it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and on the Rock 102 app. A brand new documentary has been in the works for the last couple of years, and they've just released the 30th anniversary reissue of their album, My Daughter the Broad. Credible story. Check that out. Again, all brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge Jeep, and Ram Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
Sounds pretty cool.
It's actually a really cool conversation.
Did you ever go on one of those drive-through safaris when the kids were little? Did you ever do one of those where the animals walk up to the window and they bleat or whatever the sound they make?
We did something similar with animatronic animals, not like real animals.
Yeah.
But yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Well, 3 people were attacked by a very aggressive donkey in Germany on Friday. 2 motorists tried to secure a donkey that was running loose. It jumped into the van, kicking and biting him until its owner eventually intervened. A 33-year-old woman jumped in and tried to help, but she too was attacked and had to go to the hospital. That is crazy.
Well, this is what happens when you exploit donkeys for too long. They fight back.
The reason for the animal's aggressive reaction is still unclear. It's an animal. You don't know. You don't know what they're feeling that day or what they're thinking, and you're in their backyard, and you come and encroach on that territory of theirs. They're going to be mad.
Think about if somebody was looking at you on a Monday after a long weekend. You get back to work and someone's staring at you from a car. At some point, you're going to say, "What the hell's going on here?"
Yeah. What are you looking at me? What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
And it happens every single day. At some point, you're going to say, "Enough of that."
You want a donkey punch? Is that what you want? You want a donkey punch? You want me to punch you like a donkey? I'll give you a donkey punch right in your donkey.
I'm going to donkey punch this jackass in no time.
Yeah. You want a drink? I got a nice serving for you. Donkey punch. That's what I got for you. Bam! Now tighten up. Let's get going.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you have
Donkey punch.
It's 6:57 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Well, I don't know what the hell happened there. Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, I'm not ashamed to say I am a college graduate. A college graduate who continues to hold the current Marquette University record as a student serving the most semesters on academic probation to still receive a diploma. Sure, it may have taken me 5.5 years to get there, but due to my rugged tenacity, I stuck with it. And look at me now, enjoying a fruitful career that requires virtually no academic experience whatsoever. And yet, I have no regrets. But that's mostly due to the 3.5-year blackout I enjoyed during my college tenure. Either way, if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. You can never go back. That is, unless you've been waived by the Cleveland Browns and have nowhere else to go. Yesterday, after weeks of disappointment in the Cleveland Browns preseason, the Browns have waived tight end Daquan White. What shouldn't have come as much as a surprise to anybody. The young man hasn't practiced in more than a week, hasn't appeared in either of Cleveland's preseason games, and so he has been dropped from the team. Now, what makes this most interesting is that Daquan White, assuming he clears waivers, could become the first player in the NFL to have an agreement that will allow him to return to college to play football for LSU this season. Following a federal court decision that would allow a drafted player to return to college for an additional year of eligibility, Daquan White filed a lawsuit to make sure that he too would be granted the same opportunity as well. And by the looks of it, he might just be able to do that. It won't be because he's looking to finish his education, though. Hell no. This is about playing football. And really, at these college prices, isn't that really what going back to college is all about? Now, had this been me, and I asked for an additional year of college eligibility, I would likely be told to go somewhere else, unless I was willing to pay something extra for it. Apparently, Marquette had just about enough of me as I had of them. And yet, with nowhere else to go, Daquan White wants to go back to LSU and enjoy himself like he never left in the first place. Frankly, if I were drafted by the Cleveland Browns, I'd probably want to do the same thing, too. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Coca-Cola, Ford, Rocky's Ace Hardware, 3 American great companies that have been around for over 100 years. That's right, Rocky's have been around for over 100 years, a Springfield-based family-run business. Good people, rock-solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. For 100 years, I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. We got Fitzy from TowningNews.com coming up after 8 o'clock today, brought to you by Next Gen Roofing. They do this every shingle day.
Every shingle day. I don't even know what to touch on this morning. You got anything over there?
Well, I just wanted to mention real briefly. We don't have to spend the entire time talking about this, but Saturday was the wing thing at the Big E.
Mm-hmm.
As some of you may know, there has been a bit of a disagreement, a bit of a misunderstanding about who in this building deserves delicious lobster rolls and who doesn't. You and I had talked quite openly about our appreciation for delicious lobster rolls. And following that conversation, hours later, lobster rolls appear at the radio station for Pat Kelly.
Yeah.
This was this would have been, I think, a Friday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday afternoon.
Thursday.
You and I were off on Friday,
right.
and that was that. So, you can't have a lobster roll made on a Thursday.
And then eat it on Monday.
Right, not unless you're looking for some sort of food poisoning or whatever.
Right.
And apparently more lobster rolls were delivered to Pat last week. Now,
while we were at the sheriff's picnic.
Picnic. Now, here's the thing. You see, those lobster rolls were delivered by Schermerhorn's,
mm-hmm.
which has been rebuilt and reopened and bought out by Mick Cordiff, who also owns and we've talked about this before, it's not news, the Delaney House, the Log Cabin, Delaney's Market.
All that stuff.
A couple other places, Log Rolling Catering, all the stuff. And they were the ones that provided the wings over the weekend. Well, I get there, and who do I see right off the bat?
Yeah.
Mick.
Yeah. Biggest stare down. I saw the video.
Yeah. That was and at first I walked right past him, gave him the hand, and said, "I got nothing to say to you, mister."
And what did he say? Did he bite you with his lobster claw?
He smirked.
Yeah.
Knowingly, the gloves have come off. He knows what he's doing.
And he didn't say anything, did he?
He said, it was like one of these things where I've got nothing to say to you, and he's like, huh. And I said, huh. And he said, okay. And I said, Oh, take that.
Well, he had plenty of lobsters there, the chicken lobsters. That's what he was serving up that day.
And I had some of them, and they were delicious.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, this thing goes on, and I don't know when it's going to finally come to a head, but I have a sense that something's cooking, and I don't know what it is.
I'm going to go there soon, and I'm going to eat dinner. And, I'll pack snacks just in case.
Just in case what?
Yeah, just in case it's not as great as everybody's saying it is.
Well, I'm sure he's not going to do anything to the food.
No,
if that's what you're
I'm
worried
just saying, my taste might be different than others.
Your taste is very different than others.
And if I didn't get a lobster roll delivered to me,
yes,
it's harder to buy one and enjoy it that way.
I agree with that.
Just saying, I might bring my own fish sticks with me. You never know.
Fish sticks that you got at say like the Dollar General,
right behind Schermerhorn's. Yeah. You never know. You never know what the day will bring.
I mean, I'm sensing that we are getting set up. I'm sensing that Pat Kelly has a lot more to do with this than he's willing to lead on. And I didn't even stick around for Cake Day on Friday. One, I had other things to do, but then two, I was like, this is the way it's going to be. Well, I'm not sure I want to be a part of these team building activities.
Well, you didn't stick around for Cake Day.
I did not.
That was your own choice.
That's why I said I had other things going on.
Right, but that's not. That wasn't like a snub at you to not enjoy the cake.
No. I'm making a stance.
By the way, that was delicious. It was the peanut butter excursion or something. I don't know. It was some kind of excursion. It was something with an E, and it.
Did Pat get any of it?
No, I actually made a video saying, "Hey, sorry, you're not getting any of this cake because of the lobster roll fiasco."
Good.
I'm off the lobster roll anyway. We're done with that.
It's at this point, it's not about the lobster roll. It's about the principle.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
We talked about the lobster roll. Lobster rolls were delivered at a time that I think it was quite clear we were not going to get any lobster rolls. And yet, when they tried to make good, they delivered the lobster rolls at the same exact time that it was inconvenient for us.
Yeah,
so no lobster rolls.
Sounds like they did that on purpose, but I'm not going to throw out an accusation like that.
Oh, I will.
Yeah,
I think there's
baseless accusation.
Total baseless accusation.
But speaking of the wings, did you try the one? They had the boneless ones there too.
Yeah.
Did you try the peanut Thai ones?
No, I did not.
They were like it was like. It was so good, by the way. Everything was good, but these particular peanut Thai ones, I had one, and it kind of started burning my mouth because it was so spicy.
Yeah.
But it was so good at the same time that I had to have another one. Like it was that kind of flavor to it. You ever have something that's so good that you can't stop eating it, even though like it's torturing you as you're eating it?
All the time.
My favorite pasta, the place is no longer in business. There was this place in Hartford called the Hot Tomato. Do you know where you ever go to the Hot Tomato?
I've never been there, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was down by the Yard Goat Stadium down there, I believe so. But anyway, the Hot Tomato had this sausage pasta dish.
Yeah.
It was like rigatoni and tomato sauce and sausage, kind of like your basic Italian mix-up. But it was so spicy, and it was so savory and so delicious.
Yeah.
That I'd have the sweats by the time I was done eating because my mouth and throat were on fire.
Yeah.
But it was so good. I like something like that. I don't like something that's too hot and I can't enjoy it, the rest of it. But this was good and had a lot of flavor to it.
I remember being in Jamaica and having jerked pork for the first time.
You jerked your pork in Jamaica?
I jerked my pork and jerked the chicken.
Wow.
And I couldn't get enough of it. And the same thing. My mouth was like I was chewing on broken glass.
Yeah.
It hurt that much, but it was so delicious that I didn't mind the burning sensation. I didn't mind seeing the Chop House guy's finger in the plate. I didn't mind any of that. It was so good. I would have just kept pounding and pounding and pounding. I love Jamaican food as a result of it. Love it. I know there's Jamaican restaurants all over the place, and I really need to go to one of them because I do love the jerk stuff.
Well, you are what you eat, Bax.
The chicken?
Jerk.
Pork?
Jerk.
I don't know what you're talking about. But no, the spice of a jerk sauce, like real jerk sauce, is unbelievable.
That
good.
sounds very dirty.
Yeah. It wasn't. When I was down there, they had like this shack.
Yeah.
And they were barbecuing the meats, and there was a guy with a cleaver who was cutting all the meat, and he didn't have a full set of 10 fingers. He probably had 6 remaining.
Ooh.
So you don't know if you were going to get like the prize in the bottom of a Cracker Jack box. Like, oh, look,
right.
I got Elroy's finger right here.
Oh, that's delicious.
You just never know. But nevertheless, you didn't care because the food was just so good. Now, if you were at an American restaurant and there was a finger on the plate, you'd probably say, check, please, or may I speak to a manager? But in Jamaica, and a guy's wheeling a cleaver around, you're not going to make waves.
That's part of the experience.
It really is part of the experience, yeah. But man, I'll tell you what, I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. So those peanut Thai boneless wings.
I like the garlic parmesan. I really enjoyed those.
That's always good.
You can't fight those.
Is that what's your like go-to wing sauce when you go out someplace?
You know what? I prefer. My preference will always be a dry rub on a wing.
All right.
I don't need sauce, but a dry rub. Oh, I love that.
If the chicken is juicy, if you got
if
you got a
it's dry.
dried out, overcooked wing, that ain't gonna do nothing to the spice.
No, it's still got to be quite juicy, but a dry rub. That's where I go.
Valerie on the Route 10 Tire listener line says Cold Harbor Seafood in Enfield take home lobster roll kits $18.99.
It's a kit.
You take it home. You can make it yourself. That's actually not a bad idea.
It's not a bad deal.
The guy that went out of business, that was a great place. It used to be called Steve's Boston Seafood on Route 5 in Enfield.
Yeah.
And then they changed it over to Peach Roasts, I believe, and then they unfortunately went out of business. But that was a place you could order the lobster roll, and they tell you it's going to take 30 minutes because they steam the lobster and cook it.
Yeah.
Then pull it out, and it was you were getting a fresh lobster roll,
and it should be fresh.
Yeah,
shouldn't be from a bag. Yeah, it shouldn't be like you cut open the Ziploc bag, and then there's all the lobster meat that's probably been there for weeks. That's not doing it for me.
No, it's not. It's not doing it for you.
No,
come on, don't put down Panera like that.
It's not that hard to do.
Yeah,
to be honest.
But good stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
still waiting for a lobster roll. It's 7:20 on Rock 102. It's time for news. It is brought to you by Aqua Pump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well to the pump and into the house. There's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Traffic alert, road hog. Later this week, officials in Wilbraham are asking drivers to avoid the area of Stony Hill Road and Springfield Street. Luckily, that's not a very busy, heavily traveled road.
Isn't it one of the most busy streets in town?
Yeah, I would think so. Either way, officials said long delays are expected as they work on paving on Wednesday. The whole intersection will be closed to traffic all day long this Wednesday. Motorists, cyclists, and pedestrians are asked to find an alternate route as paving may continue into Thursday. Updates will be posted by Wilbraham Police as they become available. It's construction season. There's construction going on everywhere.
Everywhere.
As much as annoying as it can be, I've seen some videos of people complaining about the construction. It's like, well, when are you going to do it? Like, you either complain that the roads aren't good enough, you got to tear the road up and do it. This whole thing down at the end of Converse Street here in Longmeadow is pretty messy. But once it's done, be like a 2-lane comfort cruise driving through there.
You assume, but don't they do work on Converse like every 3 years?
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. And I don't see any problems with it. It just, I think they pull their money together and they try to put the gold leaf back on the asphalt to see what happens.
I was talking to the boss the other day because he lives in Longmeadow, right?
Right.
And we're talking about, like my kid's school, we can't even scrape enough change together to pay a teacher, but in Longmeadow, they got a brand new middle school going up right down the street.
That's right.
Yeah, that's some bougie stuff you got going on there.
By the way, today for Springfield schools. Mm-hmm. Today's the first day of school. Kids going back today.
Today?
Today.
That is very early.
It's ridiculous. And anytime you talk to anybody who doesn't have kids in schools now, they all say, really?
Yeah.
Before Labor Day? I mean, my tradition was you watch the Jerry Lewis telethon, and then after it's over, that's when you start getting ready for school to start the following day.
That's when the anxiety would kick in. I got to start school tomorrow.
That's it.
Now it's happening 2 weeks earlier.
Put together, my wardrobe for the following day. Nice set of Tough Skins, new pair of Buster Browns, maybe a nice long sleeve turtleneck shirt that my mother may have bought me.
That sounds pretty nice.
Looking pretty good back in 1972. But I have to tell you, we were always going to school after Labor Day, which is the way it's supposed to be.
You remember your first day of school, like kindergarten?
I do.
You do?
I do.
What was that like for a little Baxie?
I didn't take it too hard, I don't think. I think I took it fairly well. It was a school right down the street, and it was like a little kindergarten. I didn't freak out. I wasn't like one of these kids that wanted to go back home.
Yeah, you didn't want to do that.
No, I gave it my best shot.
I had a little Paddington Bear bag. That was my little.
Really?
Yeah.
And were you beaten by the other kids in the playground because of having a Paddington Bear bag?
There may have been a scuffle or two over the Paddington Bear bag.
See, we didn't have bags back then. We didn't have backpacks were just for the geeks.
Yeah, well, you didn't have to bring a bag. My mom just gave me the bag because I thought it was cool going to school with a Paddington Bear bag.
I had a Speed Racer lunchbox.
Oh.
Which was a total badass lunchbox. Like, no one was going to mess with the kid with the Speed Racer lunchbox. That's like, man, that's like the coolest thing I could have possibly walked to school in with.
You know what? Maybe I'll do a video today of my lunchbox. I have a He-Man and the Masters of the Universe lunchbox that I got when I was in first grade.
And you still have it?
I still have it. I don't have the thermos anymore. The thermos, I believe, broke. Like the cover on it broke or something like that.
I believe my thermos also shattered. It was one of those early glass ones.
Yeah.
Where then you try to drink something out of it, and all of a sudden you're choking on shards of glass.
Yeah. That's the way to enjoy it.
The best way.
Yeah. How are you supposed to eat your soup if you can't have broken glass with it? But that He-Man and the Masters of the Universe lunchbox,
all right,
that's pretty sweet.
That's a little bit better than the Paddington Bear bag.
Well, I had to change my street cred.
How much time was there in between the Paddington Bear bag and the He-Man lunchbox?
Roughly a year.
A year?
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of damage control.
Yeah,
got a full year under your belt trying to turn things around.
And in first grade, I walk in with my He-Man and the Masters of the Universe lunchbox. Whew, that thing is cherry.
Yeah.
That is a collector's item.
Why parents don't think about that in advance, I'll never know.
I mean, it's all banged up. It's not. It's got marks on it from when I dropped it when I was a kid.
Of course.
Yeah.
Or when you're beating somebody over the head on the bus with it, but nevertheless. You're never going to get those things never come out in mint condition.
Well, speaking of schools, Springfield police and city leaders are urging drivers to slow down and stay alert with the first day of school today. In school zones, the speed limit is 20 miles an hour, and drivers are reminded to put the phone down and pay close attention to behind the wheel. Officials said it is illegal to pass a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing.
Is that a fact?
The fact that we even have to say this tells me that we're doomed.
You're telling me that when there's a stop sign on the side of a bus, that means I've got to stop?
Yes. I didn't know if you knew that or not. Parents are also asked to follow each other's drop-off and pickup pattern to keep traffic flowing safely. I don't miss that portion. I miss them when the kids are little, but I don't miss the pickup, the whole pickup situation.
I actually like pickup line.
Really?
Yeah, that was me time.
See, the pickup line when they were little, you had to get out of the car and walk all the way to the elementary school.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And wait for them.
But when my kids got a little older, it was like all the cars lined up.
Yeah.
And that was cool. And that was like me time. Plus, I had a friend of mine who no longer lived in the area that was like a booze distributor, and so he would have all these bottles of booze in the trunk of his car.
Oh, great!
And you buy them, give them out. So there was always an incentive to want to be in the car line.
That's a great old pastime. Nothing like handing out booze at a parent pickup line at a school.
I miss that guy.
Still better than the girl with the OnlyFans sticker on her back of her SUV.
Yeah.
I mean, she works hard for the money.
She works hard for it, honey.
She works hard for the money, and you better
treat her right.
Yeah. You imagine putting something on the. I don't want to be identified. I mean, people know who you are already. Like, you see familiar faces. Oh, that's the parent of that kid, or that's the parent of, you know who people are. But to put yourself out there, advertising your side hustle.
If you're gonna do OnlyFans, you got to market yourself.
You really got to market yourself.
I mean, discoverability is really the whole key.
Yeah.
Lots of people doing OnlyFans. You don't even know they're doing OnlyFans. Even people who are on OnlyFans don't even know they're there. But unless you're marketing yourself and working the socials,
working it.
You got to work it hard. Otherwise, people will never know.
There's plenty of probably lonely dads out there that'll take you up on that OnlyFans offer. Not mine. My credit card's maxed.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I've never spent any money on OnlyFans or any time on OnlyFans, so I can only assume that there's probably a handful of people we know that are on there.
I'm still financing
content creators.
I'm still financing the Tinder subscription from 8 years ago.
I believe you can cancel.
You can?
I believe you can.
Oh, maybe. If I just took it off auto pay. A Springfield police officer was taken to the hospital following a pursuit involving a woman wanted in 3 arson investigations in Springfield.
Bernice?
No, close. It's Aisha. Yeah.
Close.
Investigators said 41-year-old Aisha Cuffey poured gasoline on someone inside of a house on Villa Parkway early Friday morning and started a fire, then came back later and set the house on fire again. She's also accused of torching a recycling bin there earlier in August.
Ooh, she is tenacious.
You know what? I have a beef against this person, and I want to burn their house down. But really, what burns my ass is that recycling bin over there.
That's the reason this thing all started.
Hours later, officers spotted her on Knox Street, spotted her car on Knox Street, saying she rammed 2 cruisers during a police pursuit before they stopped her on Buckingham Street. One police officer went to Bay State Medical Center to be checked out. Cuffey now faces 3 counts of arson, attempted murder, and several hit-and-run charges. That chick is fire.
Literally.
Yeah.
You're sure her name isn't Bernice?
No. It's Aisha.
Wouldn't that be crazy if her name really was Bernice, though?
That would be pretty ironic. It's Bernice.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
She's heating the hearts of men all over Western Massachusetts and setting them ablaze.
All right. Well, maybe that's where the relationships end. But still.
Well, I believe it was once said, arson fires are just another way of saying, I love you.
Well, there is a.
It's a metaphor. It's the burning desire that you have for one individual.
Yeah, there is a psychosexual connection with a lot of arsonists and their unkept desires.
Yeah, there are.
Doesn't do it for me, frankly, but I mean, for some people, they get a real sexual thrill out of burning stuff. I get a sexual thrill out of putting stuff, extinguishing things.
Well, I told you my dad used to burn a lot of stuff.
Well, maybe that was one of the reasons why he did it.
But I don't think that was a desire to. That was just a drunken decision to say, I don't feel like going to the dump today. I'm just going to burn it all. It's more out of convenience than it is out of desire, too.
Such a lifetime of great decision-making.
Hey, you know what? That's where I learned all the explosive chemicals when I was hey, I put motor oil on it to keep it going. You change that motor oil. Don't throw that away.
Right.
Don't bring that down to a recycling. I mean, that's fuel for the next bonfire.
If only your parents had named you Heisenberg rather than Steven.
It would have been a completely different trajectory I've been on.
Things would have been different.
Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 79. It is 58 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah. Just a recap of the Route 10 Tire listener line from the last hour. Let's see. We're talking about the robots. Robot sport equals weaponization for military use.
I got no problem with that.
Somebody put them on the front lines, right?
Just as long as it's not affecting sports.
Yeah.
Real important stuff.
Is it, did we change it to support the boops?
Yeah.
Support the boops.
Yeah, not the troops,
the boops. Yeah. The Terminator movie doesn't seem so far-fetched now, does it? No, it doesn't.
I think we're a long ways away from where the Terminator began and where it ended.
I don't know, man. We're getting to that point where, AI is taking over, and it could take over the whole world.
Okay.
I wonder if you just push the humanoid robot over, can he get up? Well, the one they were showing crashed into a wall.
And it didn't get up.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it kind of fizzled out.
I wasn't clear if that was the one that beat Usain Bolt's record or the one that actually stopped. But the one I saw crashed into a wall.
Fell back and like sparks try to come out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
There's a major backup on I-91 North. Police have pulled someone over, multiple law enforcement vehicles. Where exactly on 91 North? That is a very large stretch of road. I don't know if you...
Well, you want answers to everything.
Well, I'm just trying to get a little bit of detail here. Holyoke starts school today as well. Somebody else had an Evel Knievel lunchbox.
Oh, that's badass.
We had an Evel Knievel lunch. My grandfather passed away, right? And he gave my family a TV that was a remote control TV.
Wow.
He was a lawyer. He had money.
Okay.
All the money was gone. We just got the TV. Perfect gift.
Perfect.
And it had, the first remotes weren't like electronic based. They were like sound based.
Really?
Yeah, it was like almost like a squeaker kind of thing. Like it was like a sound thing that would change the channel.
Oh, I didn't know that.
My brother had an Evel Knievel toy that would change the channel because it made the same noise that the remote control did.
How
so
cool
that was
is
like
that?
Hours of hijinks.
Wow.
Kind of thing. Somebody asked me, did Mom put extra money in your socks, Paddington Bear? Probably stuffed in a locker. Oh. I had a nickel. Robot Man, Springfield, Massachusetts. Oh, this is right before the UMass exit is the backup on I-91. That's important.
Okay, that narrows it down.
Ever watch iRobot? Seems it's coming right around the corner.
How long ago was iRobot on?
I don't know. That was, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
At least.
Not right around the corner. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
But, they're not going to be like totally humanoid type of robots. I mean, they're not going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, but it's still pretty freaky just to watch them interact and talk.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not comfortable with the idea of robots. Unless, they're helper robots. Like if I want a robot to make me lunch and he can do it well without burning the whole kitchen down, well, then I can see some practical use.
You want a Rosie.
I would love to have a Rosie.
Hey, Mr. B.
See, that would be great. That would be fantastic. She could clean up around the place, and I don't have to pay her.
Just don't do anything weird with the robot.
I'm not. I don't. Again.
I mean, Rosie, of all the cartoon characters out there, Rosie was the most attractive.
See, I don't know. I thought Jane Jetson was a very, very handsome woman.
I meant as far as robots go.
Oh, well, okay, sure. Yeah. But I mean, if you're going with the Jetsons, I think Jane was quite fetching.
Who doesn't want a robot that has a Jersey, New York accent on her? Hey, Mr. J.
There's got to be another setting.
You want
to fix the voice?
You want to reach into my nuts and bolts? Gross.
Real gross. It's 7:56 at Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. Get a load of this from Next Gen Roofing. It's Fitzy from TowneyNews.com. Go on, Fitzy. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. Listen, The sun is going to be shining Monday through Thursday this week. The Patriots won their pretend season game number 2. The Sox just swept the freaking Giants. I'm so happy. I'm as hammered as the Patriots female assistant coach on the sideline Saturday night. All right, can we just get to the bottom of this? You guys have all probably watched the viral interview where Steve Burton took the time to, instead, he used to have those legendary, just incredible interviews with Belichick where you could just see the sweat pouring down his face and the urine trickling down the side of his pants as Belichick just death stared his way to the end of the conversation, right? Even though he always said, like, oh, I love Steve Burton. He's great. And then, so Steve interviews the first NFL female coach who works for the Patriots, and everyone online is like, oh, my God. This lady's absolutely blasted. How could that possibly be? Listen, I understand Mike Vrabel is, quote, a people's coach, that he's a player's coach, that he, takes care of his people first. But what did she come up to him and say, like, Mike, the only way that I can get through this god-awful game of third stringers against Philadelphia on a Saturday night is I need a fifth of Fireball in the third quarter.
A whole sleeve of Fireballs.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's just like, she must have like a certain manner of being about her, right? There's no way that she was like, was she hitting the Bud Lights in the Optimum Lounge at the halftime?
Well, on pre-games, on preseason situations, and you have some tailgating. Don't you think that maybe that's what you do to get through the whole day? You've done the whole work. At that point, what is her responsibility on preseason game day?
Yeah, it's preseason game day. Like, you're evaluating the fourth string safeties, guys that are going to cling for dear life to a job as special teamers. What are you helping warm up the backup punter just to make sure that Bryce Behringer has competition for his job? At that point in the game, everyone's looking for something to do. Like, you're evaluating players 50 through 53. So I wouldn't be I'd have listen. Don't even get me started. Coach Fitzy would have a very lax policy. I would subscribe to Ted Lasso would look like a hard ass compared to me. I would subscribe to the Morris Buttermaker School of coaching professional athletes. Everyone bring your own 30 Racket Miller Lite or Gansett to the party, and as long as you show up on time and no one gets hurt, then everything's cream cheese.
To me, you'd be the kind of coach where in like the post-game ice bath, everyone's got like Bud Lights all around you. So a couple of a couple of craft beers. We got a church key to open up all the bottles. That's what it really should be.
Yeah, the cold tub would be used for icing down your joints, your knees, and your Gansets. What else? What the hell else are you supposed to do? Come on. Are we not men and women? Are we not adults? Are we not professionals? I understand that we are standing on the doorstep of history with robots about to take over professional sports for the long run. I too was fixated, boys. I heard you were talking about that earlier. I too was fixated with the video last week. I can't watch enough robot fail videos for love, sex, or money. They're the greatest thing ever. That video last week of the robot that did the 100-yard dash and then ran straight into the back wall and then just absolutely collapsed on the ground. Like, first thing I thought of was, that robot, that's me when I hear it's 9:59 and the Packy closes at 10. Like, right on.
I got to get there. It's closing soon.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to run as hard as I can, bro.
It's like somebody driving from Hartford to Springfield because the closing time at this casino is 4 a.m. and Hartford closes at 1 a.m.
Yeah, or driving to Massachusetts, like somebody driving across the state line from like Monroe, Connecticut up to Springfield because they have the foolish laws where you can't buy beer after 6 o'clock in Connecticut, but up in Massachusetts, they, again, treat you like a female Patriots assistant coach. They treat you like an adult. They let you buy beverages after sundown.
But we've all been there when the doors are locked, and then that's when you hit the wall, you fall down, all of a sudden sparks are shooting out of your chest.
And that's not because of the pacemaker you recently had put in back.
No, it's because you're severely hydrated and all that internal heat has to go someplace.
You got to oil yourself up.
That's it.
That's
it.
Have we kept tabs on? I know we're all going to miss our children dearly. That they're going back to school this month. Kids are going back in Western Mass, Pioneer Valley, Berkshires, etc. This week, and I'm sure there's going to be all parents left, right, and all around standing on doorsteps this morning. They could be very well right now. They could be listening to Bax and Nagle with a splash of Fitzy on Rock 102, watching the kids get on the bus, waving the hankies, weeping dearly, and then as soon as the bus pulls away, they turn around and absolutely just unleash a Sun Cruiser White Claw tsunami all over the front yard. The bacchanals, the parties, the keggers, the frat initiations that are going to take place all over Massachusetts and New England over the next 9 to 10 days as kids go back to school and the parents finally get their lives back to them. No more camp, no more get off your iPad, no more shut up because I said so. No, you can't have bomb pops for breakfast. Sorry, it's not that. No, Pop-Tarts are not a healthy meal, damn it. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. It's really just going to be something. It is emotional. You miss the kids when they go back, but at the same time, you're like, oh, God, no one will not, no one's leaning on the Wi-Fi anymore. Now I can finally have my time.
What am I going to do with my day now? Oh, that's right. Drink myself into oblivion until the kid comes home in the afternoon.
Until I got to get ready for car line. There's still plenty of time for me to get blasted before this day is done.
Yeah, and at this point, the car line gets so crowded anyways. They always prefer, that people have car pools and rotations. So I don't have to worry about, I can get all jacked up today. I don't have to worry about it because the Andersons are picking up today. I don't even have to get in car line until tomorrow. What am I worried about? I got 24 hours to put my makeup on and get a brave face about this bitch.
I was telling I was telling Steve, when my kids were going into into grade school, and we were all the parents were kind of lined up in a car line, and it was like a 45-minute process to pick up your kid. Well, there was one dad who happened to be like an alcohol distributor at the wholesale level, and so there were always things in the trunk of his car, but he couldn't sell to a liquor store or to a bar or whatever, and so he would have to figure out a way to unload the stuff. And you know what? There are all kinds of parents hovering over this guy's trunk of his car, getting their samples of booze from this guy.
Nobody was consuming. Were they consuming?
No one was consuming. Yeah. Come on, that would be irresponsible.
Yeah.
But
one would hope that you didn't hear any chants of chug, 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 chug.
No, I listen. I never heard that part, but I mean, it was always intriguing to me. Like if you could find a way to have a beer distributor, a bar, someone making sandwiches in car line, imagine how much more education friendly we would all be as parents.
Food truck Fridays over at the school.
That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Car line would go by like that if I just had a big fat platter of nachos or some potato skins or some wings or something like that. Even jalapeno poppers. That would be great. Some margaritas,
charcuterie
board. Nothing pairs better than trying to pick up your kids in your 2024 Honda Pilot than navigating a board of salami, pecorino romano, maybe some Marcona almonds, some Picholine olives. Yeah, a charcuterie board and pickup line. Followed. I'm sorry. Is this Pinot Grigio? I specifically asked for the Riesling to pair with my Carline short board. Thank you so much.
Okay, who put the Cornichons underneath the seat again? Always finding Cornichons stuck between the cushions.
Yellow mustard? Wow,
that's disgusting.
What are we in the Ozarks? Damn it! I asked for full grain Dijon. Damn it!
Not even a Golden's anywhere to be found.
And we get the kids prepared for school. Hoping as we make light of all of our struggles, and of course, everyone who's listening now, clutching their pearls, relax. We're only half joking about having a couple of G&Ts in line, dropping the kids off or picking them up and having charcuterie and, brick oven pizzeria. But the kids go, now we want them to have the best education, the best educational experience possible, make friends, get smart, etc., so that one day they can apply to college. And before we worry about, how many organs we're all going to have to sell or HELOCs we'll have to take out to pay for their education, they can get into a proper school like Penn State, where they can do piles and piles of blow every day.
Not as many piles as they used to.
Oh, my God. But, did you ever – I never saw Twitter. I hate social media just like everyone else. I have the love-hate affair that everyone does these days with social media. But on days like that where a story like where Penn State had the fraternity with the pledges having to, cut up Coke and package it for the frat brothers and everything else. And this one guy who looked like McLovin being basically the Scarface, the Tony Montana of Penn State, that is the day where Twitter's sense of humor, wit, and wisdom comes alive. The fact that like they were calling this kid, this 19-year-old frat bro that was running the coke ring at Penn State, they were calling him Snow Paterno, Walter Whiteout. I mean, it was just absolutely brilliant.
Did you see how he got caught though?
How did he? No, I
Venmo.
didn't.
He was using Venmo with his real name on it
my
to make
God.
to take the cash transactions. That's how
There's
That's
one thing they tell you, Nagle, at drug kingpin school. It's always have multiple burners, a fall guy, and several aliases. You never like if I accept your friendship on Venmo, so I can see what you've purchased. It's mostly just out of obligation. It's mostly usually just going to be $20. Friday Fire Pit beers, bro, or fantasy dues. It's not giant delivery of cocaine.
Why do they do? Why do they?
Nittany Lion Stadium.
The Nittany Lion getting all jacked up before the game. All right, you guys ready to go? Yeah.
Did you guys notice the speed at which Penn State ran out of the tunnel for that game last week? Holy smokes, that was the story of the year. Already the NFL has a ton to live up to, full well knowing that Penn State busted out the blow story.
Here's the thing,
even before kickoff.
Here's the thing I don't get. So I just looked it up. Total
Math.
I know. Total out of state cost to attend Penn State, $71,636. Who's got cash for Coke? At that price point, who's got the money for this?
The guy who can afford that.
That's
thing
one
to begin
guy,
with.
right?
Yeah.
Unless he's giving bumps to everybody in the dorm on the dorm floor. That's about all you can get.
Well, shouldn't this also raise a couple of red flags, not white flags, if you will, that the cost of our secondary education in this country has gotten so bad that people are literally going full Breaking Bad in frat houses and across the residences of our secondary education system. Like, if this is now that said, I was going to say, if this is what they're doing at Penn State, God only knows what they're doing at LSU, Florida, and Texas A&M. But that said, having been to Penn State once before, there ain't jack all blank to do in the middle of Pennsylvania to begin with. So I'm in no. When people said like, oh, there's a massive cocaine ring that was busted in these frat houses at this huge football powerhouse in the NCAA, I was like, oh, it's Penn State, 110%. That's nothing to do.
That school has gone from Sandusky to Sandusty real quick.
I see what you did there.
You see what I did there?
And me and 2/3 of the audience that's absolutely getting jacked on old fashions right now in the car line. We approve, Bax.
You get them rounded up and let's get out of here.
It's the third time this week I've had to call into Rock 102 and tell them what they're talking about is inappropriate. And it's only Monday at 8:23.
Get out of my bathroom.
You don't know me. Sir, your child has been out of the car for 5 minutes now. Could you please leave?
So the Patriots have got one more preseason matchup against the Browns. Then they got to make some tough decisions. They got to get everything down to the 53-man roster. Is there anything that you think is going to be a surprise? Anyone you think is going to go and surprise people?
I don't know. With the way that Coach Vrabel was talking Saturday night after the game, did you guys hear the viral soundbite of his?
Yeah.
Like, Coach, why did you take a timeout in the first quarter? Because I saw some dog blank defense out. Like, God bless Mike Vrabel for still just like putting it right on the table, letting everyone know that he's going to and being unapologetic about it. Speak your mind. Speak it into existence. I wouldn't be surprised because depth was the biggest. It's amazing how healthy the Patriots were last year. What did Drake played the whole season. You lost Sling Blade, the left tackle, for a couple games, but otherwise, and Gonzo didn't start the first three, but otherwise, they were pretty healthy last year, and depth was a primary concern for that team all season long. And it only really became an issue in the final game, which, kind of matters more than the rest of them. Now, this year, depth is an even greater concern because I can comfortably say that if the Patriots' backups were the starters, this would be a really rough season. But luckily they're not, and they rested all the starters Saturday. And so we saw the 2s, 3s, and wannabe 4s out there against Philadelphia's finest. I wouldn't be surprised if there are a couple of moves made once they have to cut down to 53, like the Pats trying to find a way to pick up an extra defensive lineman, maybe another offensive tackle because they lost Marcus Bryant Saturday night, and Ben Brown, their top interior lineman, went down earlier the week prior as well. Depth is definitely a concern. And Kayshon Boutte still on the trading block as well. Even though the guy looks like he's primed for a big season, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the chip that they move since they don't plan on signing him long term. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the move. So get ready for a big Boutte showcase this week, Nagle, as they look to maybe add depth elsewhere on the team and bid farewell to the LSU standout.
They can do it.
They can.
I have faith.
And I know you're used to hearing big booty showcase when you walk into the glass slipper, not at E25 on Rock 102. But, this is the reality we live as Foxborough football faithful.
There you go. Fitzy, we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, man.
I'm already counting down the minutes. You guys, you can't wait. I'm going to go back to that guy's trunk.
Fitzy from TownieNews.com. Time for news. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Springfield police arrested 41-year-old Aisha Cuffey after a car chase on Friday. Police say she's connected to 3 fires at the same Villa Parkway home. At around 6:15 a.m., residents told police Cuffey poured gasoline on a person and then set the home on fire. The victim was able to put the fire out. Police say she came back about 3 hours later and set the house on fire again before fleeing. She then is also accused of setting a recycling bin on fire at the same property on August 8th. If anything really burns my ass, it's a recycling bin. That thing just looked at me the wrong way.
Especially if you're like putting things that are not recyclable. You know, things like the numbers are wrong or whatever.
You put a 5 in the 7 bin?
What are you out of your mind?
Bitch. Damn. Police later spotted her on Knox Street. They said she hit 2 police cruisers while trying to get away, sending one officer to Bay State for evaluation. Officers stopped her about 15 minutes later on Buckingham Street. They say she had a knife in her hand but dropped it before being arrested. She faces Cuffey was put in cuffs.
Okay.
11 charges, including 3 counts of arson, attempted murder, assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, and leaving the scene of a crash involving injury. Flick my bick.
That's a little personal, don't you think?
Well, that's what she was saying. You ever flick the bick?
No. Well, yeah. I have, but not for the purposes of starting fires.
I see.
I mean, they probably should have some sort of paperwork and like how not to burn stuff or how to correctly recycle.
I don't think most people need that though.
Most people don't, but clearly some people do. I mean, this person here, this woman, clearly likes burning stuff.
What was the thing we were talking about last time? Oh yeah, don't pass a school bus with the stop arms stuck out. Apparently,
that's illegal to do.
I had no idea.
That's right.
2 juveniles are facing charges after a stolen vehicle crashed into the F.L. Roberts gas station on Montgomery Street Sunday morning. Chicopee police say the driver got out of the vehicle without putting it in park, causing it to roll into the gas station. The juveniles then ran from the scene. Police caught them both a short time later. One juvenile was arrested while the other was issued a court summons. Their identities have not been released because they're minors. And police have not released their ages or specific charges. It's also unclear where the vehicle was stolen from, whether the juveniles are accused of actually stealing it, or how much damage was actually done to the gas station. How do they not know any of that?
I don't have an answer for you.
Yeah, we don't know where the stolen vehicle came from. We don't know where the juveniles are accused of actually stealing it from, or how much damage was done to the gas station. Aren't you standing outside of the gas station right now? Yeah, we can't tell how much damage is there.
Not from here. Well, on the other side of the pump.
There could be structural damage. I mean, that's a load-bearing wall they took down. You can't have that.
No, you can't.
No injuries have been reported in the available coverage. Hampden County Register of Probate Rosemary Sacamani is now questioning the state's choice for the new Springfield courthouse. The state selected Liberty Junction to build the courthouse on Liberty Street under $1.94 billion 40-year deal. Sacamani is asking the state to take another look at all 11 proposals before moving forward. Her biggest concerns include parking, accessibility, and convenience for families, seniors, jurors, and courthouse employees. She joins DA Anthony Gallooni, Mayor Dom Dom, Clerk of Courts Laura Gentile, Registrar of Deeds Cheryl Coakley Rivera, and several city councilors in opposing the current pick.
Listen, after talking to Frank Fitzgerald and Peter Pignelli last week, about this. And I get there are a lot of people who are concerned that if you move the courthouse out of downtown, what that does to downtown.
Going downtown. Cruising through the alley, tiptoe, moped through the valley. Go ahead.
Well, that was exactly my point. And I understand that. I get it. But on the other hand, there's also a portion of the North End that has been ignored for the last 66 years. Mm-hmm. And so you could make the argument that, paying attention to other parts of the city is healthy for the city overall. But there are other downtown plans out there that are different, that are not embroiled in so much conflict, you could say. And like the one that got picked.
I really enjoy the one at the North End proposal because of the marina that will go there.
Well, you worked over there for a number of years.
Where?
Like around that area.
I did?
Didn't you?
Oh, well, at the other radio station?
At the other radio station.
Yeah. That was Stabbin' Central down there.
Yeah, you know how kind of, it's a little depressed of a neighborhood. That might, a little spark might actually be good for that part of town.
It wasn't me that was there, but there was a guy that we know that was working there, and a man got stabbed outside in the parking lot and then unfortunately died during a New England Love Songs episode.
Really?
Yeah. What a horrible thing to happen during a show like that.
Did he make a request?
He's trying to. He's trying to bang on the door. Well, we don't take requests. You got to call. I think the man might have been looking for help.
Oh, yeah. No, that wasn't clear.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. That was like 20-something years ago.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was crazy. But, it would be nice to have a marina right there, and that way you can take a poo cruise. Who doesn't want to take a poo cruise on the Connecticut River?
Hey, you're absolutely right.
What would you call the boat?
I personally would call it the USS Brown Trout.
Or the poop deck.
The poop deck.
Yeah.
Right, yes.
The Holyoke poop deck. You start all the way up the river, and you start at the bottom of the Holyoke Dam, and you come all the way down.
Again, I understand the argument about how it affects downtown. Mm-hmm. I mean, it would take a lot of people who would normally at the courthouse, take them away from downtown for lunches or, apartments or, whatever else there is out there. But, you're just talking about a different section of town that also needs a lot of help.
Yeah.
So I don't know, one or the other, whether it's, what are you going to, what would you do with that space, that area, when you knock down the old courthouse? Because that's going to have to come down too.
I told you last week, Spirit Halloween's going right up in there as soon as they
Well, that'd be the first thing they do. But then after that,
they're
going to probably want to do something with that land. I say a roller coaster.
I say appropriate to what the death trap it is now. Applebee's.
But so close to the river, you'd have to call it Crapplebee's.
Yeah, there you go. You see, I think we're on to something here.
You and me.
The new Crapplebee's location is located at the former location of the Roderick Ireland Courthouse, right on Court Street.
Yeah. Why not?
I think we're on to something here. I mean, what I'm really focused on, though, is this marina at the North End. I really think that transporting prisoners by boat from because the journey from West Springfield.
Yeah, right.
If you get arrested in West Springfield, you know how long the traffic's going to take you to go around that rotary with all that, especially with all that paving going on right now.
Yeah.
You could easily just drop them in a boat, ship them right across the river. Let's
say you get arrested in Holyoke.
You could just ship right down the...
You could send them through the dinghy of justice.
Yeah, the justice dinghy.
Yeah.
That would be like a sheriff's department thing.
Of course.
Justice dinghy. Yeah.
Of course. Well, they do transportation.
Sheriff Cochie's big justice dinghy. It's the dinghy of justice. Has anyone seen my dinghy? Would you like to? Well,
you can't because this is my dinghy.
If you ever find yourself riding in the back of the dinghy of justice, you know you done messed up. You know you messed up.
Well, I'd probably get a whole lot more traction from the justice dinghy than it would say like the horse patrol.
Oh, a horse. I mean, that's going to take you forever to get transported the thing. I'm telling you, dinghies Every sheriff's deputy should own a dinghy to take home with them at the end of the day. Just like the state troopers take their cruisers home.
Right.
You could take the dinghy home. And then your wife would be like, you got to park that thing in the driveway again?
It smells like the river.
Oh, God. Yeah, let's wash that off, for God's sakes.
Are those barnacles?
Ugh.
No, hon. That's the river.
Are you telling me I might got barnacles on my dinghy?
That's why you got to always clean your dinghy once you pull it out.
Yeah, how do you scrape the barnacles off your dinghy?
Carefully.
Very carefully. You might want to go see a specialist for that, too, because that, any kind of, when you get those little zebra muscles clinging to your dinghy.
Yeah, my dinghy needs a good swabbing.
You know, I saw that's a couple of years ago. I don't even, maybe it was even more than that. When those signs on 91 that are supposed to tell you about traffic information, we're telling everybody, hey, wash your boat. You don't want to get zebra muscle.
You don't.
I think I'd like to be strong as a zebra. What are you workout shaming the zebra now?
Wait, you want one with stripes?
Yeah. The zebra has every right to work out and gain muscle just like everybody else does. I'm jacked like a zebra. Got the muscles right here. Welcome to the gun show, bitches. I was just trying to pad for time.
No, I get it.
Oh, my God. Look at the time. It's going to be a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 79 today. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 77. It is 58 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah. It's the salute to heroes.
My mistake. Yes, the salute to heroes. Believe it or not, you have 20 days, 15 hours, 9 minutes, and 1 second to make your nominations. In the studio with us right now is Brian Hauser from Belize Hyundai. Good to see you.
Thanks for getting the word out for us.
Absolutely. Now we've talked about this before with you and with other dealers. Tell us a little bit about what the Salute to Heroes is and what you're looking for.
The Salute to Heroes is an opportunity to recognize somebody in our community that's going above and beyond for others, and then somebody out there in our community can recognize them by doing 300 words or less on Hyundai Salute to Heroes and tell us why that person deserves something.
Now, if I write a nomination, and let's just say I got a lot to say, and I go to like 305 words, is that all automatically eliminated?
It cuts you right off at 300 words, so if you want to
Even
give
if my
them,
best line is like the last sentence of it.
you have to tell them in a text message or an email after the fact. I apologize.
And then you get a group of folks that evaluates these things, and then they pick a winner, and then they get what is the vehicle this year?
They get a brand new all-wheel drive Hyundai Tucson.
That's pretty sweet. Those things are pretty nice too.
All the safety features, great vehicle for the winter. Definitely a great vehicle for anybody out there in the community looking for a nice ride.
And that's a top seller for you guys, right? Or
Best
one of them?
seller for us, yeah.
Is that the top seller?
So
The
many
Tucson?
people are going to SUVs. They like sitting upright. They're not too big, so they're easy to park, and then the all-wheel drive helps us out with the New England weather.
So we get folks here who we run a contest. They'll call. They'll be caller 10, and then they'll go, wait, what did I win? And then you'll be like, well, you won tickets to like the old Deerfield Craft Fair, and then the guy will be like, can I get something else?
Yeah, what else you got?
Have you ever had a recipient in one of these vehicles go, I'd really like a different Hyundai if I could.
We really don't give them the chance because we surprise them. We do a great job. The staff for Hyundai Salute to Heroes, we show up and we make it a big event for that winner.
You know, that's the part that I think has to be incredible because I mean, you know, these, like you say, these people have no idea they've won. They're nominated by someone else. They are not expecting this all. All of a sudden, they see you guys show up with a Tucson. These people must be absolutely floored by the fact that one, people are noticing the good work that they do, and then two, that it's being rewarded with a brand new car.
Last year's winner was a great example. We showed up. She helps out the local community with the bare needs of food. And she had 200 people there waiting to get their gift bags and food, and we showed up with a brand new car, and she was excited like she was the winner on The Price is Right. She was excited. It was awesome. Ada Torres does fantastic work.
Ada Torres, come on down. You're the next contestant on the Hyundai for Heroes. I think that's pretty cool.
That's better than being chosen to play Plinko. I mean, it really is.
But it is a lot better than somebody going, oh, great, a new car. Jeez,
yeah, that's one of our listeners, right there. But this is something pretty remarkable, and we've talked about the kinds of people and the kinds of things they do that make the nomination possible. Like what kind of person are you looking for? What kind of work are you hoping to find in a possible nominee?
Somebody that puts others ahead of themselves. I mean, we had a teacher one in the past. We had Bob the Bike Man, who never stops giving to the community. So we've had some great winners in the past. We had a fantastic comedian that does a lot of charity work. So let us know who that person is.
And I see some of the other people that people have nominated. A neighbor who's consistently helped you, or somebody you know. These are the types of people that you think about when you're sending in these nominations. Parents who showed unwavering support for their children, a teacher that provided supplies and support for their students. So pretty much anybody who's has done some kind of good for the greater good, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we want to salute these people, like we say, salute the heroes. There's a lot of everyday heroes out there, and it's great that the Western Mass Hyundai dealers get a chance to recognize one.
This is Brian Hauser from Belize Hyundai in the studio. One of the best things about this is sometimes if you win a prize, you are on the hook to pay taxes and fees and everything else. Hyundai's taking care of that, so that's not really a consideration. If you happen to be nominating somebody, they won't have to take care of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, one of the great things is when we put this plan together, we take care of the sales tax, registration, full tank of gas, inspection sticker, everything. Like you said, the last thing we wanted to do to a winner is, hey, you owe us some money. This is everything front to back taken care of.
I mean, a full tank of gas is practically the entire cost of the full car.
Nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, $5.69 a gallon. You got to run premium in those things.
Nope. Regular gas.
Regular gas.
All right,
Okay.
so $5.01 a gallon. There you go. There you go.
So if somebody wanted to nominate an individual, what should they do?
They go to HyundaiSaluteToHeroes.com. And again, unfortunately, under 300 words or less, they have to let us know what that person does special in the community. And it does stop on September 13th at midnight, so please get them in early.
Very good. Brian Hauser, good to see you. Best of luck.
Thank you so much for getting the word out.
Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely. It's 8:55 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.